Today I will tell you about Apple, one of the most valuable companies in the world. Apple is a technology giant that has developed revolutionary products in many areas such as computers, smartphones, tablets, music players, and smartwatches, and has changed the lives of millions of people. So how did Apple become so successful? I have compiled 10 topics covering Apple's history, vision, products, innovations, competitors, challenges, successes, impact, future plans, and values. Let's get started. 1. The founding of Apple, Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak's garage adventure. Apple's story began in California in the 1970s. Two young friends, Steve Jobs and Steve Wozniak, were electronics and computer enthusiasts. Wozniak wanted to build his own computer and used a microprocessor. This processor made the computer small and cheap. They called this computer designed by Wozniak the Apple I. Jobs came up with an idea to sell this computer. They went to a computer store and ordered 50 units. So they started production in Jobs' family garage. In 1976, they founded a company called Apple Computer and launched their first product, the Apple. 2. Apple's first products. Apple I, Apple II, and Macintosh. After the success of the Apple I, Jobs and Wozniak decided to build a more advanced computer. This time they designed a system that included a keyboard, monitor, and floppy disk drive. They named this system Apple II and put it on sale in 1977. Apple II attracted great interest in the personal computer market and sold millions of units. Thanks to Apple II, Apple started to grow and gained new employees, investors, and partners. After Apple II, Jobs and Wozniak went their separate ways. Wozniak had a plane crash and walked away from the company. Jobs was pursuing a new vision. Admiring the graphical user interface developed by Xerox, Jobs wanted to apply it to his own computer. So he started a new project called Macintosh. Macintosh had features such as mouse-controlled icons, windows, and menus. It could also give voice commands. The Macintosh was launched in 1984 with a huge publicity campaign. 3. Apple's crisis. Steve Jobs' firing and comeback. The launch of the Macintosh caused great excitement, but sales fell short of expectations. This was because the Macintosh was expensive and incompatible. The Macintosh was not preferred by software developers because it was not compatible with other computers. It was also not possible to change the Macintosh's hardware. This caused Apple to fall behind its competitors. Apple's failure led to a conflict between Jobs and the company's CEO, John Sculley. Sculley thought that Jobs had damaged the company and acted uncontrollably. Jobs, on the other hand, accused Sculley of being visionless and bureaucratic. In 1985, Sculley convinced the board of directors to dismiss Jobs. Thus, Jobs was fired from the company he founded. After leaving Apple, Jobs founded a new company. This company was called Next. Next produced high-performance and expensive computers. Next's computers were used in many fields but were not commercially successful. Jobs also bought the animation studio Pixar, where he created successful movies such as Toy Story. Apple entered a difficult period with Jobs' departure. The company tried to improve the Macintosh, but fell behind its competitors. Apple's market share and revenue began to fall. Michael Spindler and Gil Amelio, who replaced Sculley, could not save Apple. Apple came to the brink of bankruptcy. In 1996, Apple went in search of a new operating system. During this search, Jobs' company noticed Next. Next's operating system, NextStep, had the features Apple was looking for. Apple bought Next for $400 million, and Jobs returned to Apple. 4. Apple's revolution, iPod, iPhone, and iPad. After his return to Apple, Jobs restructured the company. He canceled many products and focused on just 4 main product lines: iMac, iBook, PowerMac, and PowerBook, which were acclaimed for both design and performance. Apple also launched Mac OS X, a new operating system based on NextStep. Apple's real breakthrough came in 2001. In this year, Apple introduced the iPod, a digital music player. iPod won the hearts of music lovers with its small size, large capacity, and ease of use. Along with iPod, Apple also introduced a software called iTunes, which allowed users to transfer music from their computers. Following the success of the iPod, Apple entered the smartphone market. In 2007, Apple introduced its first smartphone, the iPhone, and revolutionized this field as well. iPhone was a touchscreen device that could connect to the internet and download applications. iPhone turned the smartphone market upside down and reached millions of sales figures. After the iPhone, Apple turned to the tablet computer market. In 2010, Apple introduced its first tablet computer called iPad, which attracted a great deal of attention. iPad, like iPhone, was a touchscreen device that could connect to the internet and download applications. iPad became the leader of the tablet computer market and started to be used in many areas. From education to health, work to entertainment, iPad made life easier for users. With these three products, Apple pioneered the digital lifestyle. iPod, iPhone, and iPad enabled users to listen to music, take photos, watch videos, play games, access social media, and much more. Apple also created an app store, the App Store for these products, opening up new opportunities for developers. 5. Apple's competitors, Microsoft, Samsung, and Huawei. Apple has faced many competitors in the technology sector. The most important of these was Microsoft. Unlike Apple, Microsoft separated its operating system from the hardware and licensed it to other computer manufacturers. Thus, the Windows operating system became much more widespread and gave Apple's Mac OS X a big advantage. Microsoft also competed against Apple's applications, such as iWork, with software such as Office. Apple's biggest competitors in the smartphone market were Samsung and Huawei. Samsung, a South Korean electronics giant, has produced many models of smartphones using the Android operating system. Samsung competed against Apple's iPhone with its Galaxy series and increased its market share. Samsung also took part in the tablet computer market with its Galaxy Tab series against Apple's iPad. Huawei is a Chinese telecommunications company that has grown rapidly in the smartphone market in recent years. Huawei has also produced many models of smartphones using the Android operating system. Huawei has competed against Apple's iPhone with its Mate and P series and has become particularly strong in the Asian market. Huawei also took part in the tablet computer market with the MediaPad series against Apple's iPad. Apple had to compete with these rivals in terms of both price and quality. Unlike its competitors, Apple had a higher cost because it developed its own operating system, hardware, and software. But in return, Apple offered a better user experience, greater security, and a more loyal customer base. 6. Apple's challenges: patent litigation, tax issues, and supply chain. Apple has faced many challenges in competing with its rivals. One of these was patent litigation. Apple sued Samsung, Huawei, HTC, and Nokia, claiming that their designs and technologies were being imitated. These companies in turn filed lawsuits against Apple. These lawsuits lasted for many years and involved claims for billions of dollars in damages. Another challenge for Apple was tax issues. Apple operated in many countries around the world, but recorded most of its revenues in countries with low tax rates, such as Ireland. This was seen as tax evasion by the European Union, the US, and other countries, and Apple was fined heavily. Another challenge was the supply chain. It was working with Chinese companies to produce its own products. The most important of these companies was Foxconn. Foxconn produced most of Apple's products such as iPhones, iPads, and Macs. However, Foxconn was criticized for its working conditions, labor rights, and environmental issues. Apple tried to make improvements by cooperating with Foxconn on these issues, but was not fully successful. Apple also experienced disruptions in its supply chain due to the trade war between China and the US. 7. Apple's achievements: market share, revenue, and brand equity. Despite the difficulties, it also achieved many successes. One of them was market share. It had an important position in the personal computer, smartphone, and tablet computer markets, especially in the smartphone market. It became one of the 3 largest manufacturers in the world together with Apple, Samsung, and Huawei. It also became the leader of the smartwatch market. Another success was revenue. It achieved a high profit margin by selling its products at high prices. It also created an important source of income from its services. In 2020, it became the 4th largest company in the world with revenues of $274 billion. Another success was its brand equity. It won the trust and loyalty of consumers with the quality, design, and innovation of its products. It has also been very successful in marketing and advertising. In 2021, it became the most valuable brand in the world with a brand value of $263 billion. 8. Apple's influence: design, innovation, and culture. He made a huge impact not only with his own products, but also in the fields of design, innovation, and culture. He paid a lot of attention to the design of his products and created a minimalist, sleek, and ergonomic style. His design approach inspired other technology companies, and Apple's influence can be seen in many products. It was also a pioneer in innovation. Products and features such as iPod, iPhone, iPad, MacBook, Apple Watch, AirPods, Siri, Face ID showed Apple's innovation power. It also made a difference with its own operating systems, chips, and software. Finally, it has also made a big impact in the field of culture. Its products appealed not only to technology users, but also to artists, educators, entrepreneurs, and activists. With its own advertising campaigns, it encouraged people to think, dream, and create. Ads such as Think Different, 1984, and Get a Mac became cultural icons. Apple's founders and executives have also featured in popular culture. Steve Jobs' life has been the subject of many books and movies. 9. Apple's future plans, artificial intelligence, augmented reality, and the automobile. It is not only improving its existing products, but also working on new technologies. One of them was artificial intelligence. It does a lot of research in the field of artificial intelligence and integrates it into its products. Features such as Siri, Face ID, and Emoji, Photos app show Apple's AI capabilities. It also produces its own artificial intelligence chips and adds them to its M-series processors. Another area of interest was augmented reality. Apple attaches great importance to augmented reality technology and supports it on devices such as iPhone, iPad, and Apple Watch. It offers a developer platform called ARKit, which allows app developers to create augmented reality experiences. Apple is also working on new devices such as augmented reality glasses or headsets. One of them is a mixed reality headset called Vision Pro, which is expected to launch in 2024. Another area of interest was the automobile. For a long time, Apple has been running a project called Project Titan to develop its own electric and autonomous car. As part of this project, Apple is doing a lot of research on both hardware and software and conducting test drives. It is not yet clear when Apple's car project will be realized, but it is not expected before 2025. 10. Apple's values: quality, loyalty, and privacy. Apple made a difference not only with its products, but also with its values. It had 3 core values: quality, loyalty, and privacy. Quality was the most important motivation behind Apple's products and services. It always strived to offer the best quality products and exceed users' expectations. To ensure quality, it developed its own operating system, hardware and software, and made them compatible with each other. It invested heavily in research and development to continuously improve quality. Loyalty was another value Apple demonstrated towards its customers and employees. To be loyal to its customers, it tried to provide them with the best products and services. It also listened to customer feedback and tried to meet their needs. To be loyal to its employees, it provided them with a good working environment. To be loyal to its employees, it helped them develop their talents and guide their careers. Privacy was another value Apple demonstrated to protect its users' data. It saw privacy as a human right and took many measures to keep its users' personal information safe. It encrypted its users' data, did not share it with third parties, and deleted it on demand. It transparently informed its users how it was using their data and gave them control. Apple's values have earned it the trust of its customers and employees alike and made it the biggest company in the industry. Conclusion: since its founding in 1976, Apple has achieved a lot in the technology industry. It has developed many products that are the first or the best in their field and have changed the lives of millions of people. It has also made a huge impact on design, innovation, and culture. It has also distinguished itself through its values of quality, loyalty, and privacy. Apple's success story teaches us many lessons. Here are some of them. Have a vision and work to realize it. Understanding customers' needs and providing them with the best experience. Continuous research and being innovative. Differentiate rather than compete with competitors. Adhering to and upholding its values. Friends, we have come to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed Apple's success story. If you liked it, please don't forget to like my video, subscribe to my channel, and comment. Also, if you turn on the notification bell, you can be notified of my new videos. See you in the next video. Bye.